Yes, I wouldn't say. Yeah. Like to call this meeting to order. Welcome everybody here. First item of business, pledge allegiance led by Supervisor Turner.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do the roll call.
Mr. Conover,
Here.
Mr. Mayday,
Here.
Mr. Diamond,
Here.
Ms. Gilligan, here, Ms. Turner, here, Mr. Bruno,
Here.
Mr. Driscoll,
Here.
Mr. Patchett,
Here.
Mr. Drossy,
Here.
Mr. Bean,
Here.
Mr. Cressida,
Here.
Mr. Merlino,
Here, 40 days and count.
Mr. Stroud,
Here.
Mr. Wild,
Here.
Mr. McGowan, Mr. Strainer,
Here.
Mr. Eaton,
Here.
Mr. Thomas,
Here.
Ms. Runyon, here, Chairman Garrity,
Here.
quorum is established.
First item of business, a motion to approve the September 19th and October 6th special board meeting minutes. Subject correction from the motion by Supervisor Drossy, second by Supervisor Strainer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Zach over. Next, we're gonna recognize the employee of the quarter, and it's Andre Sargent for Buildings and Grounds, and I think a little. Raptors.
Thank you, Chairperson Garrity, board members, guests, staff. Andre Sargent has been in the building grounds in Warren County for 17 plus years. He was an integral part of our department. True leaders, when it comes to anything, he knows everything, institutional knowledge about this building. His events, he's reliable here every single day, that he can be, and he just grasps onto things that ask him to do, or he just does them on his own. True leader to the department, quite a, how can I put this nicely, quite a person that you can rely on all the time and stands out in the crowd, so definitely, so please join me in thanking him, congratulating him. Thank you, Scott, I appreciate that. I think this award comes a reflection on the entire buildings and grounds department. That to be known. Thank you.
Next, we have John Bull from Executive Director of Cornell Fiber Extension to recognize Amy Sabatis for her 25 years of service. Amy couldn't make it.
Not sure if that, but good morning. Thank you for coming, and we'd just like to recognize Cornell Cooperative Extension, one of our long-term employees. At November 29th, Amy will mark her 25th year employed with Cornell Cooperative Extension. As we all know, that's becoming rare these days, and more rare as we go on. 25 years working in our public relations and our publications. Many of you know her newsletters. You all have a program update on your desk. We'd like to thank her for her time. She is not a person who likes to be the center of attention, so she chose not to be here today, which is fine. We respect that. And we do appreciate all the effort she's put into our success. And I'd like to also congratulate Andre for his work. He's been on the roof of our building on a couple of times, and we really greatly appreciate the support and the work of the county. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
This time I'd like to open the meeting up to a privilege of floor public comment. Anybody wishes to address the board, please come up and state your name for the record.
Good morning, Diane Collins, Glens Falls. I'll hand these out now. I was told I could do that. This is pertaining to what I'll talk about, which is the New York State All Electric Buildings Act. One for everybody. The New York State All Electric Buildings Act due to go into effect 1/1/2026. It's temporarily on hold. It's pending court decision. In any case, my understanding is that Warren County supervisors are considering passing a resolution allowing Warren County to opt out. As a taxpayer and citizen of Warren County, I urge you to comply with the Electric Act and go forward. The act was approved in 2023, and it really is a winner for climate, for the environment, for jobs, and for lower energy bills. We were victorious passing the CLCPA in 2019, making New York a leader setting climate goals. We have been slowly backing away from reaching those goals due to fossil fuel industry pressure. We know that. But this landmark Electric Act will get us back on track. Citizen climate action groups like New York Renews and Third Act Upstate New York have done remarkable energy research, substantiating and promoting the value of the Electric Act. We want to bring that information to you and partner in its implementation. I give the example of the citizen group Warren County Zero Waste Initiative that successfully partnered with the Public Works Committee, leading to positive changes in solid waste management. I give another example of intention and success that come to mind. We made it to the moon against all odds. I urge you to stop pushing against what has to happen. Stop the thoughts of not now, not yet, too expensive, no grid capacity, and more considerations. I don't mean to minimize your analysis of doability and affordability, but attitude plays such a part. Knowing you will enact the act will let you find the solutions. Be at the forefront of acting on what we must do. We are standing apart from the federal government and even New York leadership right now, but the counties and cities and towns can lead the way. We are at the crossroads of changing from a fossil fuel economy. We are moving into the future of survival, and let our groups help work with you. Thank you. I just have to read a brief statement from Lisa Adamson. She and I are a team working with the county, and she's on jury duty, so she couldn't be here. She gave me her short paragraph. Warren County supervisors should vote against opting out of the mandates within the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act. Presently, our homes and businesses are exceedingly dependent on expensive imported energy that must be brought in from far away, such as heating oil, propane, and fracked gas. This does not promote the local economy or sustain many local jobs. Warren County town supervisors should be promoting the generation of renewable energy sources within the state and the county. Solar, wind, and hydro are proving to be the most affordable, the most reliable, and the most expeditious sources for producing more energy. And this keeps energy dollars in the local economy and sustains local jobs. It's time to rapidly phase out the era of imported fossil fuels. Strange to note that Texas is now leading the nation in generating renewable energy. Concerns that have been expressed include issues of reliability on grid buildup, increase of price of buildings, cost of using just electric, and that current generators may not have the capacity to heat during a power outage. I have supplied additional research and metrics as to these concerns. That's attached to the sheet or on the back of the sheet that you've all received. essentially, those items are about current research as to why staying on schedule, keeping the gas hookup prohibition strengthens grid reliability, affordability, and resilience. I think you'll find these points very enlightening and will help us move forward in Warren County. Thank you very much.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Christopher Hoy. I'm a retired physician and resident of Greensbury. I'm here for my grandchildren. When I moved here 34 years ago, our winters were long, with temperatures often to the minus. Snow at one point rose as high as 6 feet around us. There were multiple snow days for schools, although never for stewards, and lots of snow shoveling. My garden could not grow anything that wasn't hardy to zone 4. We all know there's been a change. The paradox is that climate change has actually improved our weather. There's less snow, less cold, fewer snow days, less plowing and shoveling, but not lower utility bills. At my home, we've only had 3 days with the temperatures below 0 in the last 3 years. We just had an incredible fall. My garden is now zone 5, and we had cherry tomatoes to the end of October. But we've also had a drought each of the last 2 years. We have more extreme winds. Our ski season is 1 month shorter. Our winter festival can't support ice castles, and parts of Lake George are not freezing. Climate change is real even for us. There is some hope we can avoid the worst. Use of fossil fuels has plateaued in the United States. Solar and wind are 91% of all new energy generating capacity in 2025. Even without incentives, solar and wind continue to be the least expensive way to produce electricity. As of September 25, the fossil fuel industry receives $35 billion in government subsidies annually, double what it received in 2017. The fossil fuel industry cannot exist without those subsidies. National Grid's profits in New York in 2024 were $2.6 billion. There were 12 significant outages. Pipelines leak methane. Solar and wind are less expensive to build and can be built faster and are more reliable than alternatives. This board is considering opposing the institution of all electric construction. This opt-out is being justified by possible inability of the grid to handle the increased electricity demand and by the needs for peak demand. These claims are open to honest debate. Resistance is also coming from construction companies. As I review the data, new homes here are being sold for $300 to $400 per square foot. Affordable housing will remain a huge issue in this area, regardless of whether construction goes all electric. Delaying this change is just going to kick the can down the road. This board should vote no on the opt-out and instead focus on installing solar panels over school and county parking lots and on the roofs of school and county buildings. There should be a solar farm on the waste mound at exit 18 in Greensbury. Only by accelerating solar and wind installations will residents ever see lower utility bills. Thank you.
Floor is still open for public comment. Anybody else wish to address the board? State your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Nancy Bowen and I am from the town of Johnsburg. And I'm here mainly because I'm part of the Senior Meals Program. My husband and I have been doing Meals on Wheels for quite a few years. And my question is, I feel like Warren County right now is treating the town of Johnsburg pretty shabbily. Our meals program has changed from being cooked in the town of Johnsburg and being packaged and there's congregate feeding plus Meals on Wheels. To now I think it used to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And just anyway, recently we were told that there are no congregate meals on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So our people have meals on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The person who works in our kitchen was told several months ago that we're no longer going to cook in North Creek. We're going to cook in Warrensburg, and that food is going to be then delivered back to North Creek and dispersed or have congregate feeding. So our fawn has to drive to Warrensburg, work down there, and pick up the food, and then we deliver it, or she has the congregate feeding. Interestingly, when Warrensburg had a garage sale, the town of Johnsburg had no meals, no congregate feeding, no meals on wheels, because Warrensburg was too busy. Fawn she's tired of driving to Warrensburg and back just to do this. She's more than willing to continue work. I believe there is also somebody who would love to cook in North Creek in the town of Johnsburg. But we're told that this is just the way it is. We have to get our meals from Warrensburg. What do other towns do for senior meals? You know, are we the only one that is being told that we can't even cook our own food in the town of Johnsburg? I understand there's a program with Luzerne that there's some kind of an agreement. So Luzerne does their own thing with the county's help. We're just asking for help. We're just asking for our people, our seniors, to be fed and for it to be a realistic situation for us. I also saw a sign downstairs that Indian Lake is looking for help. We have people who want to work. We didn't even know that Indian Lake does this. Could we partner with Indian Lake somehow? And I guess that's really all. I just said thank you for listening.
Does anybody else wish to address the board?
Morning. Finally, a mic that's my height. My name is Larissa Ovid. I appreciate the opportunity to address you all this morning. I'm here to begin a conversation with you all about what is now being referred to as the childcare recession. I live in the town of Queensbury. I own several businesses and properties in Glens Falls. My alma mater is Lake George. I pay taxes in all like 3 of those spots. One of my businesses, however, predominantly in Glens Falls, is in childcare. Exactly 30 years ago, my mother started our first childcare center out of necessity. My 5-year-old brother wasn't met by his babysitter off the bus after school. So my mom actually made a commitment to herself and the neighborhood at that point to make sure that never happened to her or any of her parents again. My mom went on to successfully build and operate 11 daycare centers from Malta to Warrensburg, ranging in size more than 100 kids at one location. Unfortunately, my mom got very sick and suddenly passed away about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. And having grown up in the business, I took over the remaining center that she still had, a decision that has allowed me to save nearly 15 full-time jobs and care for more than 90 children at that time. In February of this year, my phone started ringing off the hook with frantic parents to inform us that another daycare center in Glens Falls was closing. The owner of that center gave parents less than a week's notice. They needed help. I met with the owner later that day and struck a deal with him to purchase that center, with means I didn't really have at the time. I met with, sorry, I get a little emotional about it. I worked it out so that they closed their operations on a Friday and my team opened the place on a Monday. So without skipping a beat, that decision allowed us to save jobs and care for families as well. Between my two centers, we now employ 34 full-time caregivers, and we care for approximately 150 children. A contribution to our community that my team and I are very proud of. I'm sure that these numbers, you guys have already heard before. I know there's a lot of conversation that's started about this situation, especially given the subsidy cuts. But according to the Southern Adirondack Child Care Network, just to bring some statistics in, only 6% of the actual child care need in Warren County alone is being met. That means that out of the children who live in Warren County between the ages of 6 weeks to 5 years, that there are only spots available for 6% of its kids that actually need care. Which is kind of an alarming figure. After experiencing several centers closing this year, I'm sure that that's actually less than 6% now. I'm happy to say that our organization has had a very good reputation here in this area. It would be our goal to be able to grow and expand our operations here and help meet the needs of our community. However, given the funding cut that we've experienced this year and the DSS benefits that have previously been available to families in order to help them afford the quality care their children need, I'm not actually sure how we're going to be able to do that at this point. Things are currently looking a little bit more dire than they have in the past. So what I do see happening as a result of these funding cuts to the county subsidy is that the family spots on the wait lists that they have to sign up for, as they expire, they're only good for a year. There's no renewable spot available. There's no option for families to renew that spot for them. So parents who cannot afford the full cost of childcare, which is more than college tuition in this area, they're scrambling and they're scared and they're really trying to find a solution. They're scrambling to find someone to watch their kids. Sometimes one family that I have is a single mom that works 2 to 3 jobs, and she has 6 kids. Oftentimes, if a family can't find someone to care for if they can't find a way to pay for childcare, they will rely on an elderly grandparent or something along those lines, which usually those people are not able to take care of a very rambunctious 2-year-old. It's not a safe situation for either one of them. Families are being forced to also work split shifts. So if you have 2 parents in the household, if they're lucky enough to have 2 parents in the household, they have to switch. One of them starts working nights, right? Which puts a huge strain on their marriage, on the household. And then this is a conversation I've had with many parents. Many of them are actually even considering leaving the workforce altogether in order to collect the benefits that are available to them, since they do need some kind of help, and stay home with their kids to actually raise their kids themselves until they're at the age to attend public school. If you're looking at how this affects the kids directly, the most kids that are not in a childcare setting or preschool setting, they regress a lot in their social and their physical development. They end up being less prepared for public school by the time they get to kindergarten age, right? And then from experience, I actually have kids that ask their parents every single day when they get to go back to school, play with their friends. So they miss out in many, many different ways. As a provider, we have begun to lose actually between 1 to 5 families per month. As you can imagine, owning a childcare center with the rising costs that we're also experiencing right now is extremely challenging. So as we continue to lose families, that's loss of revenue as well. Just my smaller center has lost 11 families so far. And I get to look at single parents with tears streaming down their face and let them know that I don't really know what to do. I am at a complete loss. I have to actually say I'm quite a creative thinker. People that know me will let you know that I'll do whatever I can to help people and come up with creative solutions. And I currently have nothing. I have not been able to find a solution to this other than coming to speak to you guys today. As a business owner, the projections for the next several months look really dismal. Within the next 6 months, one of our centers will take a hit to our monthly revenue of more than $13,883. That number will only grow from there unless we can fill spots with families who can pay full market rate for childcare, which, as you know, is already too high. This will deliver crushing blows to our community's workforce that will be hard to recover from. It will continue to put good childcare center operators out of business. And it will also turn childcare into an exclusive service for people who can afford it, which I think kind of defeats the purpose. One thing that for the last 30 years, our organization has always prided itself on is the fact that when children have insufficient quality care at home or their parents have insufficient resources, at least those kids are with us the majority of the day, right? People that care, people that make sure that they're not covered in gross things, you know, that's type of thing. I just want to explain, I hope that this hits home, that the situation that we're now experiencing with the loss of county subsidy for these families has taken the issue of childcare from a social issue to an economic issue. The effects of which I'm not sure how exactly we're going to recover and how long it's going to take. I have actually included statistics, lots of different sources, as well as several letters from parents and employees. I had no idea how many of you would be in this room today. So I have copies and I will be happy to supply you with more copies.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Somehow.
And my contact information is in there as well. But
Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys very much.
Anyone else wish to address? Seeing as now. Matt? We have a public hearing, it's the clerk. Always on that, Warren County Sewer District, here.
Warren County Sewer District Industrial Park has completed its annual assessment of the cost of the increase and improvement of facilities apportioned to the Warren County Sewer District by reading of the intermunicipal agreement for South Queensbury Avenue Sanitary Sewer District. A benefit to tax roll for 2026 has been completed, showing the annual assessment on the lots and parcels of land in the Warren County Sewer District in proportion to the benefit which each lot or parcel will derive therefrom. The assessment roll describes each lot or parcel of land in such a manner that it may be ascertained and identified. It shows the name or names of the reputed owner or owners thereof, together with the aggregate amount of assessment levied upon each lot or parcel of land. A copy of said assessment roll is available for inspection during regular business hours by contacting the clerk of the Board of Supervisors at the below stated address, and may be viewed on the Warren County website. Pursuant to resolution number 360 of 2025, adopted by the Warren County Board of Supervisors at their meeting held on October 17th, 2025, a public health hearing will be held by the Warren County Board of Supervisors in the Supervisors Meeting Room at the Warren County Municipal Center, 1340 State Route 9, Queensbury, New York, on the 21st day of November 2025 at 10 a.m., at which time and place said Board of Supervisors will hear and consider any objections that may be made to the assessment roll.
Okay, we'll open this public hearing. Is there anybody on the public who would wish to address the board on the sewer district? Are there any supervisors have any questions? Seeing none, I'll declare the public hearing closed and move on to the next public hearing.
Notice is hereby given that the budget officer of the County of Warren has prepared and filed a proposed budget for fiscal year 2026, and that the Board of Supervisors will meet in the Supervisors Room at the Warren County Municipal Center located at 1340 State Route 9, Queensbury, New York, on the 21st day of November 2025 at 10 a.m. for the purpose of holding a public hearing on the tentative budget of the County of Warren for fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026. And that at such hearing, any person may be heard in favor of or against the tentative budget as compiled, or for or against any items therein contained. Copies of said tentative budget are available for inspection during regular business hours by contacting the clerk of the Board of Supervisors at the above stated address and may be viewed on the Warren County website. Pursuant to section 359 of the county law, the maximum salaries that may be fixed and payable during fiscal year 2026 to members of the Board of Supervisors and the chairman thereof are specified as follows. Members of the Board of Supervisors, 27,103 each. Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, 28,500. Notice is further given that following is a summary of the tentative budget of Warren County for fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026. Gross appropriations of $215,742,818, less the amount of $156,226,321, which includes interfund revenues and surplus appropriated but does not include sales tax credit. Balance of $59,516,497 to be raised by taxation.
Okay, I declare this public hearing open. Anybody from the public wish to address the board on the tentative vote? Any members of the Board of Supervisors comment on the budget? Seeing none, I'll declare the budget hearing closed. Go on to reports by. It was. Article 9, obviously the 17th of October, and supervisor meeting on the 20th. Attended Warren County Police Supervisors Beneva Association negotiation session, which you'll see in your packet was essential. October 21st, attended Criminal Justice Human Services Active Tax Committee meetings. The 22nd, I attended County Facilities, Public Works, Operations, Environmental Concerns, and Economic Growth Committee meetings. On the 23rd, I attended an intercounty legislative meeting in Clinton County with Supervisor Cressito and Thomas. On the 28th, I attended the Traffic Safety Board meeting here at the Municipal Center. On the 29th, I attended APA local government meeting in Long Lake. Representatives from the Department of Conservation attended along with the Commissioner Amanda Love. On the 29th, I attended a meeting with Senator Dan Stack, Johnsburg Supervisor Kevin Bean, Amorta, Chairwoman Ashley Walden, and other representatives at the Ski Bowl and North Creek to discuss the Johnsburg Sewer Project. On the 30th, I attended Legislative Rules, Personnel, and Higher Education Finance Committee meeting. On the 31st, I attended the Halloween festivities at the County Center. Kudos to all department heads participated in the costume event won by Public Health. In a close second, DPW. And if you want to do the slide for the group, but anyways, this center employees really went all out. It was a fun event. I had to judge the pumpkins, which was kind of tough, but we only had 7 to judge. We gave out 3 awards, but they were very creative. I would say next time on Halloween, if you want to have some fun, look at our colleagues and our employees, how they dress up. They really go all out. It was a tough call this year. And thanks to the Treasurer's Office for judging the event. They were the winners the previous year. On November 3rd, I attended a negotiation session with the corrections lieutenants. Also on the 5th, I attended a meeting with Scott Royal and the transfer station operators. That was very enlightening. We had one here at this center. On the 7th, I attended a special board of supervisors meeting to receive the tentative budget, which I think Frank Thomas did an excellent job on. The 14th, I attended an active tax committee meeting. On the 15th, I attended a state of county event put on by Adirondack Regional Chambers of Commerce at the Crandall Library, and I think it was very informative. We have a good panel with myself, John, Frank, Nate, and Heather. We spoke to the chamber membership. There were about 70 people in attendance, and I think it went very well. And it's our privilege to represent the county and talk to the chamber folks. Then on the 19th, I attended an Adirondack Association Towns and Villages meeting in Minerva. We're getting ready for our annual winter meeting, which is 7th and 8th at the Marriott in Lake George, and anybody would like to attend that event. It's a pretty good event. It does focus on Adirondack events, but it does touch on everything. It's I think it's a good event. We look for more participation by any supervisors or town board members. Just give me a call if you'd like to know more about it. It's at the Marriott. It starts Sunday night and then it goes in Monday, which is about a half a day of business. So it's excellent. So busy month. Been on the road a little bit, but it was good with our trip up to Plattsburgh. Like I said, it was very enlightening. You're in the car for 98 miles with these guys. It takes a lot of the problem. So it was a good time. So Supervisor Turner, you want to start us off with maybe?
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. The environmental concerns, real property tax services did not meet in October. Our next meeting is Tuesday, December 2nd.
Supervisor Brewer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. County facilities met on October 22nd. There is one resolution in front of you, 410, authorizing the grant application, FAA reimbursement for the cost of purchasing aqueous snow forming foam. Pretty high, I think, for that. That's it during that. Now I'll jump to, I also chaired Human Services Committee meeting on October 21st, 2025. And there are 3 resolutions before you, 416, 417, 418, 416 is authorizing headwaters provide system dam vaccination, etc. 417 authorizing agreement for the board mission or use of coal service county that climate weather. And 418 it's authorizing agreement with various state agencies by foster care services placed into the custody of social services and authorize chair of the board to execute emergency placement on a task basis. Next meeting for county facilities is December 2nd, 2025. The next meeting, human services, is December 1st, 2025. And good.
Supervisor Christo.
Thank you, Chairman, and I will be at the December 1st meeting of the Human Services Committee. That begins on or about 10 a.m. And I'd like to thank Supervisor for covering me at the last meeting. I got in around, my head hit the pillow around 2 a.m. My visit to my nephew's wedding in Italy, and I tried my best to get up. I just couldn't. Maybe if I was a couple years younger. I'd like to thank the Department of Social Services for all of their work and efforts on behalf of individuals who participate in both the SNAP and HEAP programs. The last couple of months have been very challenging for a lot of families throughout our county and region. Nina Mastriani, Commissioner Nina Mastriani and her team, as well as administration and really the entire county has really shown their true colors and identified efforts at local food pantries, reaching out to families experiencing times of crisis and despair. And we're not out of the woods, but we're certainly heading in the right direction. But I want to recognize all of the efforts that were made. We were able to get full benefits for SNAP out to individuals, by a week ago, Thursday. Individuals who had applied for services, SNAP services will get those, checks eventually, hopefully, later this month. The HEAP program, was delayed initially from November, 3rd. Hopefully, payments will start to go out, to all individuals, not just, temporary assistance people, but SNAP recipients and those who are above SNAP eligibility but still receive HEAP benefits, hopefully before Thanksgiving. So again, my thank you to all of those individuals. And I guess that concludes my report. Thank you.
Supervisor Patrick,
No report.
Supervisor Trask.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Criminal Justice, Public Safety and Emergency Services meeting took place on October 21st. I was not there, and I thank Supervisor Conover for chairing that. So I'll yield a minute to Supervisor Conover if there's any results from that meeting you'd like to report.
Sure, there are two items before you this afternoon. One item is for a periodic update of our hazardous waste plan, and the other is for a case management program. Other than that, it's fairly straightforward. Maybe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Supervisor Bean.
No report.
Supervisor Castillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Occupancy Tax Coordination Committee met twice, October 21st and a special meeting on November 14th. Out of the October 21st meeting are two resolutions. First one, 421, authorizing agreement with South Queensbury Volunteer Fire Company for reimbursement of expenses incurred during the 2025 Hot Air Balloon Festival, not to exceed 2,200. Resolution 422, authorizing agreement with Lime Adirondack Timberlands for hiking located in the town of Hague. We need a piece of land to cross to get to the fire tower. And special meeting on November 14th. Accepting proposal and authorizing agreement with Numo Tax and Licensing for end-to-end occupancy tax portal. That would be a 3-year contract. This was for the first year. This replaces Granicus and does a lot more. That's all I have. Thank you.
Supervisor Marlino. No report, sir. Supervisor Stroud.
Yes, the Legislative Rules Governmental Operations Committee met on October 30th, 2025. You have two resolutions before you. They came out of this committee. Resolution 420, which is asking the governor to enact legislation amending General Municipal Law 3C to exempt the real property tax cap all amounts paid by towns and counties for public employees and retiree health insurance premiums. So they would be exempted from the calculation of our tax cap. I think that's appropriate, given the numbers are 13, 14, 15, 16% increases in health insurance per year. We also have before you a resolution 419, which is asking for permission to opt out of the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act and electrified mandate, which basically said that as of January 1st, all new construction will be all electric. So propane, natural gas, and so forth will not be options to new development. Now, since the time of this committee discussion, this act has been postponed by the governor. And the reason being, it is tied up in the court systems. In addition to that, you have people like Diane Collins, Lisa Adams, and Christopher Hoy, and others who present very good arguments that we really should consider going electric, good for the climate. I agree with all that. So, given that 419 addresses a resolution and act that perhaps won't exist in the format in which it was proposed, I would like to table this resolution until such time we are assured of a final format of this act, and then allow it to renew discussion in the legislative rules of governmental operations committee. So at the appropriate time, I would like to propose tabling resolution 419.
Yeah, the proper, I guess,
Whatever's proper.
target to the, or the, rather than table, she said we should withdraw this. Draw to a future time, but that's up to the board. So you're making a motion to withdraw.
I'll make the motion to
We have
withdraw.
a second to withdraw the resolution, Supervisor Turner. Any discussion? Do a roll call vote, find out. Is there any objections to withdrawing? One. We'll do a roll call vote. Allow it. This will be the withdrawal, which means you could put it back at a future date. Right.
Yes. Just go back through back later. All right, so the motion to withdraw resolution 419, Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
Mr. Patchen,
No.
Mr. Drossy,
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Cressida,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino,
Yes.
Mr. Straugh,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer,
Yes.
Mr. Etu,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
No.
Ms. Runyon, no. Mr. Conover,
Yes.
Mr. Maydit,
No.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Chairman Garrity.
No.
So you have 767 votes in favor of withdrawing, so the resolution is withdrawn.
Resolution's been with. Any further discussion, John? Anything else to report?
No, nothing else. Thank you, Chair.
Supervisor Wild.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. October 30th, Personnel Administration and Higher Education met. There are resolutions 436 through 444 in front of you. It was a long meeting. I'm going to go briefly through these. 436, which is a roll call, which is creating and decreasing a position in probation, increasing and decreasing position within the county clerk's office. 437, 438 are related to meetings with our police benevolent association and supervisors. 439 and 40 are both policy issues related to service dogs and children within the workforce. 441 is arrangement for legal practice management software for the county attorney's office. 442, consenting to the town of Queensbury for the seeker review of Woods West Model Plan Resort Development. 443 is an agreement with the New York State Homeland Security and Emergency Services to participate in the monitoring program with Warren County. 444 is just an additional line of insurance to cover Warren County in our IT support of towns. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
Supervisor Strader.
No report.
Supervisor Egypt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Economic Growth and Development Committee met on October 22nd with 3 resolutions from that meeting. 413 is accepting grant funding. It's $231,300 to repair the North Creek Freight House grant secured from the state by our county planning department. 414 is accepting revised bylaws of the regional planning board. They were redlined and provided to us very minimal changes that the county administrator as part of that board explained to us. And 415 is authorizing an agreement we had already authorized, but there was a little clerical revision from daily rate to a weekly rate that's been fixed and before us again. We're scheduled to meet again on December 2nd.
Supervisor Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance budget minute on October 30th also. In your packet is the mortgage tax report for each town in the city. Resolution 408, it's supplemental appropriations for Office of Emergency Services, DPW, Social Services, and the Treasurer's Office. And there's two items from the contingent account, 50,000 for medical exam coroner's expense, and 35,000 for electricity of the Health and Human Services building. That leaves about $25,000 in the contingent account. 409 amends the 2025 Warren County budget for the Public Defender's Office, DPW, Social Services, and the Workforce Development Office. 445 amends Resolution 72 of 2025, which is an agreement with the National Business and Equipment Supply for lease of printers and copiers, and it provides an additional device for the Workforce Development Office. 446 authorizes agreement with Mediation Matters Incorporated to provide conflict resolution and group facilitation services for county departments. It's a cost of $9,000 per year, up to $9,000 per year. And that'll be within the HR budget. Resolution 447 appropriates $250,000 from the assigned sexual abuse lawsuit fund to the social services budget. And that's to pay a structured settlement. And I believe it's number 2 of 3. Resolutions 448, 449, decrease capital projects H390 and H409. H390 is county bridge and culvert projects, decreases by $7,000. H409 was the culvert assessments, decreased by $650, and returns the funding to the county road transfer D9950. Resolution 450 appropriates $20,000 from the computer reserve fund to the IT budget for office equipment software with sheriff's law enforcement budget. Resolution 451 authorizes $2,732.29 from the Gaslight Village parking fees, deferred revenue to the Charles R. Wood Park repair and maintenance of the property and buildings, and that's to provide reimbursement to the Village of Lake George for August of 2025. Resolution 452 establishes capital project H449. This is the Lake Champlain Basin Program septic replacement program, which authorizes transfer of $111,000 on an as needed basis to fund administrative services. Resolution 453 establishes capital project H450 freight house restoration in the amount of $308,441, $231,330 from the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation and Historic Preservation, and $77,111 is from the local share. And it's for repairs to the roof and the siding of the North Creek Freight House, Johnsburg. Resolution 454 authorizes transfer of the $77,111 from the A899 Reserve County Railroad repairs. And that's for the H450 capital project. Resolution 455 is approving and adopting the Warren County Sewer District tax roll for 26. Resolution 456 is adopting the budget for fiscal year 2026. Resolution 457 is making appropriations for the conduct of county government for 2026. And the last one, Resolution 460, is levying taxes on the city of Glens Falls 2026. That's all I got.
Supervisor Brackett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The tourism department did not meet in October, so there are no resolutions here. Their next meeting is December 1st at 10:30.
Supervisor Connor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Public Works Committee met on October 22nd, represented in your packet by resolutions 424 through 435. Quickly, 424 is a bid for electrical, on-call electrical work for the county. I think it's 4-hour required response time in emergencies. These types of contracts, of course, are very important to have. I believe we are allowed to piggyback on this, are we not? And then we're also allowed to piggyback. Municipalities are also allowed to piggyback on contracts like that, and that's very important. Especially during the winter months, if you lose your electricity, you need it to drop back up like ASAP. So that's 424. The 425 and 426 is the acquisition of a piece of land for that allows for a project to take place in the town of Forkin. 427 through 431 are the standard snowmobile agreements that we have for use of the trails. The 432 is the revised fee schedule for Up Yonder. That's attached for your review. The 434 is just for appreciation or support of a small grant for solid waste and operations. And 435 is for the agreement between the municipalities and the county relative to solid waste and the cost of those services. One only needs to, let me just make a comment that one only needs to take a look at the fee schedules associated with 435, not only in terms of the mileage cost, but also the tipping fee cost and the increases in tipping fees to appreciate the work that's going on with our solid waste department and our zero waste partners and everyone else that I think are working very conscientiously to try to improve on eliminating green waste from our system and thereby lower the tonnage that's required for disposal purposes. So that initiative, I think, is it's very important, and you can see the rising costs associated with the disposal. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Supervisor Mayhew.
No report.
Supervisor Diamond.
No report.
Supervisor Gill.
No report.
Mr. Chairman,
Report of county manager.
Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry. There's 2 resolutions that I missed in personnel. Sorry. Is it all right if I just make sure it was also? So 458, 459, 458 is a salary and comp plan for 2026, standard annual resolution. And 459 is also a proposed law, local law number 1 of 2026 for the salaries of certain county officers and employees of Warren County, authorizing the public hearing with it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the next news.
Board of County Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're pleased to report that the county treasurer again achieved a clean audit. A clean audit is essentially the gold standard of financial oversight. It means independent auditors reviewed the county's finances and found no significant problems. At high level, it shows we have accurate financial records, strong internal controls, compliance with laws and regulations, no material findings, and good stewardship of public funds. It helps the county secure better interest rates and win competitive grants because it shows the county is fiscally well managed. We all know that, but it's nice to have someone else from the outside come in and tell you that. So Treasurer Christine Norton will provide a more comprehensive report at the next Finance Committee meeting on December 5th. Congratulations to the Treasurer's Office. 23rd of October, I met with Mayor Collins and SUNY Adirondack to discuss the Crockwell Pond property. And I'm pleased to report, as of reports this week, that the Crockwell Pond property has been successfully sold to the city of Glens Falls for the price, the cost of $18,500. Initially, the city reserved $30,000 to complete that sale, and they were able to get it for $18,500. 29th October, tourism hosted the fall tourism seminar at Heritage Hall. There was a good exchange of ideas. We discussed our Let Go campaign that corresponds to the video we showed you last month. We think that's going to be very successful. They've done a great job on that. 29th of October, Workforce Development held their final job fair of the season at the YMCA. Over 150 people attended. They hosted 12 job fairs this past year, the most ever. So they've done a great job with the job fairs. 31st of October, the chairman mentioned the Halloween contest. I just want to add that it's sponsored by the Employee Activity Committee. They also planned a bus trip to Salem, Mass in early October for 50 of our employees to go over there and take part in the Halloween festivities there. And as you're aware, the Activity Committee also orchestrated Food Truck Wednesday at the Municipal Center this past summer, and we anticipate that becoming an annual event. On the 13th of November, I attended the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce Awards dinner where they honored Supervisor Gene Merlino for his contributions to the tourism industry during his term as a supervisor. It's a really great event. Sheriff LaFar also received the Chamber Sapphire Award, which is their way to honor a true gem in the community, as he is. And it recognizes individuals whose dedication, leadership, and service have made a lasting impact on the Lake George region. Rev Rail also received the Sapphire Award. 17th of November, attended the Saratoga North Country Housing Roundtable to discuss housing challenges within our region. There are many initiatives and great ideas in our area. It's supported by several different organizations. This is the focus of our housing task force run by our planning department. Is meant to pull together all these orgs towards some common goals and try to address the housing challenges. 18th of November, Chairman Garrity mentioned the AARCC State of the County. That was a pretty good event. 18th of November, we had our quarterly department head meeting. We discussed the budget we're voting on today, and I provided caution to next year's budget preparation. We still know there are cuts coming. You've heard about childcare cuts to Head Start programs, et cetera. So we're going to have to be pretty conservative this year in implementing the budget and in preparing for the 2026 budget. We also announced the formation of a compensation working group to develop more predictive out-of-unit salary practices and procedures. We'll start that sometime after the first of the year. 17th and 18th, the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York held a food drive, food distribution at Eastfield and also the Salvation Army. They distributed 250 to 300 bags of food at each site. They'll hold their annual Thanksgiving drive-by tomorrow at the Salvation Army, and more will be scheduled in the coming weeks. These are the result of funding provided by the Board of Supervisors last week. Despite the resumption of SNAP payments, there's still a food emergency across Warren County, so we appreciate the board's support. October and November, I've had check-in sessions with the department heads discussing goals for the coming year and accomplishments of the past year. Those have gone pretty well. I just want to report, because I've just got it today, that the tax cap we're talking about, I keep track of where we stand with other counties that have similar structures to us, a board of supervisors with an appointed county administrator. And of those 20 counties, 10 of them, so 50%, are going to exceed the tax cap this year. And that's the most ever for last year. It was about 7 or 8, and the previous year it was 6. So I have to catch up on some employee dates, sorry, over the last couple of months, because we've moved through things pretty quickly. Employee anniversary dates for September: D Park, 20 years. Josette Kill, Social Services, 31 years. Robert Lagoy, Sheriff's Office, 31 years. Dana Hall, Public Health, 37 years. And Juliana Pearl, Social Services, 40 years. For October, Thomas Garrity, Sheriff's Office, 20 years. Jennifer Quarters, Countryside Adult Home, 22 years. Michael Husky, District Attorney, 23 years. Maureen Taylor, Social Services, 26 years. Claudia Mundell, Treasurer's Office, 26 years. Amy McByrne, Countryside, 34 years. And for November, Jeremy Scrime in IT, 21 years. Tina Murray, Social Services, 26 years. Laura Lane, DPW, 26 years, Parks and Rec. Jerry Bellinger, Countryside, 28 years. Theodore Little, Fire Prevention, 29 years. Tamara Barlow, DPW, 29 years. Janelle Jones, Public Health, 31 years. Linda Ellis, Sheriff's Department, 32 years, and Paul Bachman, Medical Examiner, 35 years. Thanks to all those employees for their dedication to the county. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
For County Attorney. Good morning. I will be providing an end of the year litigation wrap up report at the Personnel Committee meeting, which is December 5th. And that's my report for the month. Thank you. Okay. Bringing up communication.
We have the county auditor's report of real property tax corrections for October of 2025. From Fitzgerald Morris Bakerford, we received a notice of public hearing on the Cooper Properties NYLP 76 Lawrence Street project. Notice of public hearing on 178 Maple Street LLC project. Notice of second public hearing on 178 Maple Street LLC. Application for real property tax exemption for ERM properties, and another for 80K REI LLC project. Town of Queensbury provided a letter requesting lead agency statuses for the purpose of seeker review in relation to the Woods at West Mountain Planned Resort Development. And we also received a notice of public hearing from the town of Queensbury for that same project. And then we have Washington County Resolution number 253 of 2025, entitled to rescind resolution number 142 of 2025 and authorize sale and conveyance of Crockwell Pond, 240 Sanford Street, Huntsville, New York by Sue Better.
Great. Now going to resolution, reading resolutions.
The estimate of sales tax, mortgage tax report, proclamation numbers 44 through 46, resolution numbers 408 through 461, the report of equalization and apportionment of county tax levy, and 4 resolutions number 1 and 2 were distributed to the members of the board and posted to the Warren County website on Monday, November 17th. Just a reminder that resolution number 419 was withdrawn earlier in this meeting. Proclamations before you are number 44, Diabetes Awareness Month, number 45, Home Care and Hospice Month, and 46, Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. Motion is needed to bring floor resolution number 1 to the floor. Motion
By Supervisor Bean, second by Supervisor Lyon, bring for resolution number 1. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. The opposed.
Okay, floor resolution number 1 will now be resolution 462, and motion to bring floor resolution number 2 to the floor.
Motion to bring number 2, Supervisor Runyon, second by Supervisor Bean. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Floor resolution number 2 will now be number 463. Would the board be all right with combining roll call votes for resolutions 447 through 454? Those are all appropriated finance resolutions appropriating from reserves and increasing in capital profit.
Motion by Supervisor Runyon, we have a second. Supervisor Eju. Any objections? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Get the votes.
And then are there any recusals for May resolutions? No recusals. Anybody from the public wish to address the board? Right in terms of.
Thank you, Chairman Garrity. I just want to backtrack a little bit back to resolution 419. And I'm happy to see it withdrawn for now, but I would like to say before it goes back to legislative in the future, that we have a conversation with environmental concerns and also with Matthew Smith, who is our Climate Smart Board coordinator. In 2019, this board agreed, they passed a resolution number 257, to become a New York State Smart climate smart communities. And, we need to keep that in mind as you move forward with opting out on this mandate, because it could affect, there's a possibility it could affect our climate smart task force and its bronze certification in New York State, which helps to bring in, grant money for projects. So if we could just, perhaps have a conversation, before that goes back to legislature.
Sure.
Thank you.
Any other? Supervisor Patton?
Yeah, I'd just like to piggyback on resolution number 419. You know, the town of Hague is majority senior citizens, and you know, as we move forward, I realize this legislation is just for new construction. However, if we don't opt out, we're potentially going to see in the future them come after all homes. Like you start with something small and then they go after something big, and then you go to put an addition on your house, and then all of a sudden you want to see everything transferred to electric. And you know, I've seen it before in smaller items, and I would just caution that, you know, we have communities that, I mean, I think I heard 13 times we lost power, and let me tell you, it's not that way in the town of Hague. It's more than 13, especially on certain roads, certain power lines. And I mean, I'm fully in favor of opting out and trying to keep control in our own towns, you know, having our own rule established. I just wanted to you know, bring up that we have senior citizens, financial concerns, and I realize it's a broader, bigger topic, and we need to kind of keep everything in full scope, but it's just not so simple for some of us little towns that don't have, we might not have the means to continue in that way. So just wanted to point that out. Thank you.
Any other discussions? Each of the supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to agree with Supervisor Turner a little that we do need to make sure that we don't jeopardize that at all. I start jotting down a list of all the things the county has done. Through previous leadership in ours, the markets building solar throughout the county, including at county facilities. We've increased our mass transit, which is huge. Our comp plan has a huge emphasis on climate change. I'm staring at EV chargers right out the window there, and they're at many municipal facilities. I'm on a recycling and composting task force. I was up in Warrensburg yesterday looking at a compost facility with our DPW, and we are bronze certified and meet regularly as a task force through the planning department. Grateful for all that.
Supervisor Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to say that I totally agree with Supervisor Patchett. I represent a rural town. There are many people in our town that have several sources of heat. They have electric, wood, propane, and oil all at the same time, because lots of things can happen. We lose power, and it isn't for a couple hours. It's for days. It could be weeks. And what do we do then with the people who have no heat at all? I heat solely with a wood stove. I know people who heat with outdoor wood burners. To where I live, there aren't even any electric wires. So I worry that it will go from new construction to existing, like what he said. If you add on, is that going to change your rule? It won't function well in a rural community where trees go down over lines and you are waiting. So
It's good discussion. I'm sure we'll all keep those thoughts, and then we sit down to discuss it again. Weigh the pros and cons. There's a lot of pros, but really, for some of our communities, there's a lot of cons. We just need to understand, we do see the change in climate beyond of this. Any other discussions? Sent on anybody for the floor, any other discussions on resolutions? Seeing none? Need roll call votes, roll call votes. Seeing none, let's vote on resolution.
Okay, resolution 408, making supplemental appropriations. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor. Resolution 409, amending Warren County budget for 2025 for various departments within Warren County. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor. Resolution 436, amending table of organization and Warren County salary and compensation plan for 2025 to create a position and decrease the salary of a position within the probation department and to decrease a position within the county clerk's office. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor. The next vote is the combined roll call for resolutions 447 through 454. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolutions 447 through 454 all pass with a vote of 913 votes in favor. Resolution 455, approving and adopting the Warren County Sewer District Industrial Park Tax Roll for 2026. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan? Yes. Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 930 votes in favor. Resolution 456, adopting budget for fiscal year 2026. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor. Resolution 457, making appropriations for the conduct of county government for fiscal year 2026. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runner?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity?
Yes.
Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor. Resolution 458, adopting salary and compensation plan for 2026. Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mr. Patchit?
Yes.
Mr. Drossy?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Crusito?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Stroud?
Yeah.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Strainer?
Yes.
Mr. Etu?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Runyon?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Mayday?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan?
Yes.
Chairman Garrity? Resolution passes with 913 votes in favor.
Yeah, collected, all of the favor of the rest of the resolutions, by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, anybody who wants to address the board for the floor again? Announcements. Oh.
Well, going back to the electric act, I think folks that have concerns about implementing it as it stands now should have priority. I feel that as a citizen active in what's going on in the state, we've let you down in terms of not being involved, maybe starting at 2023 when the act passed. I don't know how much research was done here in terms of where do we go to implement this if it goes forward in 2026. So I certainly would like to offer people that I work with from North Country Earth Action, Third Act Upstate New York Renews, to be part of a study group or a work group to bring some of that expertise here. Certainly, I'm not the one that has the expertise, but there will be answers to those concerns about what if. Eventually, it'll all be electric when it has to be, when the cost of fossil fuels become overwhelming. Right now, solar and wind and other alternatives are almost cheaper. We've done really well in developing that outside of government. But anyway, I'm assuming it's going to sit with the follow-up will sit with the Environment Committee in terms of a work study about what if it is implemented and where do we go from there? Would it be in the Environmental Committee or convention?
We don't answer questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, anyway, we're available and we'd like to be part of it. It's a citizens group of expertise to be, to meet and talk about the what ifs it is implemented and where do we go and how to handle crises for the towns. I think that it may call for quite a bit of work, and I don't think that study group would have to really dig in and look at the consequences of the bill passing, the act passing, or how it's going to be changed. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to hear us out, but no, we want to help.
Thank you. Anyone else? Announcements? Mr. Strainer? How, Mr. Jurassic? Go ahead.
We always let you.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your courtesy, Mr. Strainer. I'd like to introduce, it's really a pleasure, the supervisor-elect for the town of Horicon, Wayne Butler. I introduced him, some of you earlier today, and some of you may know him. Wayne is a current member of our town board, really a passionate advocate for environmental issues, protection of our precious bodies of water. He's going to be a terrific asset to the board and committees that do so choose, Mr. Chair. So I just want to congratulate and welcome Wayne as a member of this prestigious board. Thank you.
Any other announcements? Supervisor Marlene?
This is just general. As I'm retiring from Lake Luzerne, I happen to be a proud owner of a Civil War quilt. That's really valuable, and it has a lot of names of men and women that were in the Civil War on it. You can hardly read them, but we and Hadley. And I am donating it to the town of Lake Luzerne to keep it in the town when I retire. So just happy to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our county planner here asked me to remind people that there's a navigating local and APA regulations. They did it last year for local land use bodies, planning board, CBAs, things like that. It's held in the next building over 10 to noon on December 4th.
Supervisor Thomas.
Yes, on behalf of the budget team, believe me, in this team, I get a lot of the credit for it, but there's a lot of people involved in the budget. I'd like to thank the board for supporting their budget. Thank you.
Supervisor Schreiner.
Well, thank you for your kindness, Mr. Chairman. I have a few shout outs. I want to shout out to the Queensbury cross country team. They were the Foothills champions again. They're pretty much prestigious in doing that. They've been probably champs almost every year for almost 50 years. I'd also like to thank Rich Keys and Kyle Gannon. Again, they're trying to get the state cross country meet here. We did give them occupancy tax money, which helped them immensely. And they estimate that that meat brings in $3 to $4 million to our community. So I want to thank them for their hard work. Also, I've got a few shout outs to a few of the athletes. Maya Stark was the daughter of Monica Stark, our deputy treasurer. Monica, as a sophomore, broke the 100 backstroke record at Queensbury that stood for 35 years. She swam it in 1 minute, 0.02 seconds, which is, well, I can't get to the door in that time. Also, her teammate, Mariana Mudler, she set a new school pool record too in the 100 butterfly, and she did that in 59.6 seconds. Ava Gersten, a soccer player, she was the top defender in the foothills. And last but not least, I contacted my friend Judge Mueller because I'd heard a rumor that we had someone who got a prestigious award for our court system in Queensbury. And I'll read you what he sent me. If you know him, you'll understand why some of the stuff is the way it is. But I'd like to congratulate Carrie Lewis. Carrie Lewis has worked at the town for Mike Mueller for over 30 years, I believe. She was just awarded the 2025 Court Clerk of the Year Award in Albany on September 29th, 2025. And he puts, it's a big deal, and I didn't know you could do this. He got big and large as I just say it, so it's unbelievable. To let you know, there are 1,300 plus town and village courts in New York State, and she is the very best of the best. Of course, Carrie would never have achieved this honor had she not already been working with me. We all knew that. But I found out about this, not that I have a gambling problem, but I was at the Racino when I was talking to this girl next to me, and she happened to be the court clerk for Rensselaer County. And we were talking, and I mentioned where I lived, and she said, well, do you know Carrie Lewis? I said, well, yeah, I know. I've known Carrie Lewis for, 40 years, I think. And she said, well, she was just awarded top clerk in the state of New York by her peers. And this girl couldn't, glorify her anymore. She said, any clerk that has a problem in the state calls Carrie. And Carrie always has the answer. So I want to congratulate her on a phenomenal award that is. And I thank you all for your time.
Yes, John. Yeah, well, Dave, I want to thank you for bringing up Carrie Lewis. Queensbury Town Court's one of the busiest courts in New York State. And it's a good revenue generator, so don't bother with a speedometer when you're on the North Lake. But Carrie Lewis has been the backbone of that court for, like Dave said, 3 decades. And she is well deserving of the 2025 Court Clerk of the Year award. And I want to thank Dave for bringing that to the public's attention. But Carrie Lewis is very deserving. Thank you.
Supervisor Driscoll.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd be remiss if I didn't also let Supervisor Strand know that there's some very good student athletes in Glens Falls. In particular, I'd like to recognize.
Ben, I saved that just for you.
Thank you.
I was hoping you would bring that up.
I'd just like to recognize the Black Bears football team who's still playing, and this weekend we wish them well. I'd also like to recognize the boys soccer team, in particular Coach Mike Shaver, who's retiring after I can't remember how many years, but a lot of years. He's still got one more year of teaching. My son is the assistant coach of the soccer team. We traveled down to Middletown, New York last weekend and made the Final Four in New York State. So congratulations to both of those teams and all others. Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to close by wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know there's a lot less fortunate people than we are out there, and I know that food pantries have been working well. Our fire company hosts the senior citizens Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday at the firehouse in building at 2. We do all the prep and cooking, and if anybody needs a meal and can get up there, that would be good. But it's something we've done for years, and it's really it's a good event for our seniors and people in the community. So and don't be afraid. You can drive to Warrensburg. You'll get out. There's no snow on the roads. But is there anybody else other than happy Thanksgiving to all of you? We will adjourn. Thank you.